All right, first thing you should know about me is this is what I look like when I'm sitting down. And also, I took my bra off, so I think, not that I would ever have a chance of being monetized, but I think this will be like, we can't show any shade of anything. So I think I'm gonna have to sweat and put a sweater on. Okay, we do this, make it a bit more appropriate. But then we do a little like sexy like. Yeah, I just hang out like this. No, bitch, you make yourself look like this. Anyway, hello. Today we shall be diving in to the Broadway world. One of my favorite things ever. With my least favorite musical ever, Cats. If you know me, you know that I love musicals, and if you know me really well, you know that I love cats. I have a cat. Come here, Cassini. Come this way. Come this way. Not on the table. Come this way. Ah. Yeah, I know. She's the babe. You saw her before. We made a birthday video for you. Yep, so here she is. She's a year old. She's my favorite thing ever, even though I'm not her favorite thing. But yeah, you can't leave because the door is closed, so I hope that you enjoy staying in here with me. Sexy, and then hide the nip. Anyway, I have seen Cats the musical once. I watched it, a professional recording of it, over 10 years ago. I hated it then. It was a waste of my time. I have forgotten everything about it. Since that was so long ago, I got re-terrified when the new trailer for the movie came out, either like a couple months ago, a couple weeks ago, I ain't sure. So I decided I was going to read and film my reaction to the plot. So yeah, okay. Cats the musical Wikipedia page. If you don't use Wikipedia pages, you're dead to me. I don't use IMDb. Everyone and their mother uses IMDb, and I'm like, you get more in-depth stuff about like the movies. Background, poems, creation, inception, development, synopsis. Here we are. Act 1. When cats are maddened by the midnight dance. That is your Act 1 name? Why does your Act 1 have a name like that? Okay, before I get into this, obviously spoilers for Cats. I don't know how well the movie is going to encompass what I'm about to read, but if you really want to be surprised by the movie, then I guess don't. Just click away. Just go away. In the overture, the cats gather on stage and describe the Jellicle tribe and its purpose. Already, the name Jellicle, is that, so they're a fake cat? Anyway, the cats, who break the fourth wall throughout the show, then notice that they are being watched by a human audience and proceed to explain how the different cats of the tribe are named. This is followed by a ballet solo performed by Victoria to signal the beginning of the Jellicle Ball. At this moment, Munkustrap, the show's main narrator, explains that tonight the Jellicle patriarch, Old Deuteronomy,
will make an appearance and choose one of the cats to be reborn into a new life on the Heaviside layer. Okay. We're only a paragraph in. Lord, if you're out there, give me strength. Jenny Anydots. A large tabby cat who lazes around all day, but come nighttime she becomes active, teaching mice and cockroaches various activities to curb their naturally destructive habits. Just as Jenny Anydots finishes her song, the music changes suddenly, and Rum Tum Tugger, the only cat I know, which also is a very stupid name, takes his extravagant entrance to the front of the tribe. For he will do as he do, and there is no doing anything about it. That's in quotes. I'm assuming that's part of the song. As Rum Tum Tugger's song fades, a shabby old gray cat stumbles out, wanting to be reconciled. It is Grizabella. They worded that in like a how dare. All the cats back away from her in fear and disgust and explain her unfortunate state. What's wrong with her? Does she have fleas? Grizabella leaves and the music changes to a cheerful, upbeat number as Bustafer Jones is brought to the stage. The stage? Or did they like make a stage? I'll cover up this part, but I'm hot. Bustafer Jones is among the elite of the cats and visits prestigious gentlemen's clubs. Suddenly, a large crash startles the tribe, and the cats run off stage in fright. Hushed giggling sounds signal the entrance of, oh dear lord, Mungojery and Rumpelteazer, a pair of near identical cats. After they finish, they are caught off guard and confronted by the rest of the cats. Oh good, because they're in trouble. Finally, the Jellicle Patriarch, Old Deuteronomy, which is these names are so strange, arrives before the tribe. He is a wise old cat who has lived many lives and is tasked with choosing which Jellicle will go to the Heaviside lair every year. We already know this. We've been new. The cats put on a play for Old Deuteronomy, interrupted by a second loud crash, presumably from Macavity, which sends the alarmed cat scurrying. After a quick patrol for Macavity, Old Deuteronomy deems it a false alarm as the main celebration begins, in which the cats sing and display their terpsichorean powers. What is that? Tell me. Oh, please tell me what that is. What is it? Alternative form or, relating to dancing, so they have dancing powers? Sure. During the ball, Grizabella, the one with fleas, reappears and is once again shunned by the other cats. Leave her alone. She's old, I think. While Old Deuteronomy looks on sadly, but you're not going to stop it, Old Deuteronomy. Such like a man in power, you're not going to do anything. She tries to dance along, but her age and decrepit condition prevent her from doing so. That's so sad. Oh, Grizabella. That is the end of Act 1. So let's unpack that before we get into Act 2. Oh, dear Lord. So we have some cats. They're kind of doing their own thing. We got the special cat, Old Deuteronomy. I don't know why he's in charge. It doesn't say in this little thing. Maybe they explain it better. Maybe they don't. All of these names are bullshit. I don't know who wrote this, but they need to be punished. They need something. They need to be held accountable for the crimes. Act 2. Act 2 is called Why Will the Summer Day Delay? When Will Time Flow Away? After the Jellicle Ball, Old Deuteronomy contemplates what happens is referring to Grisabella. However, the cats do not understand him, as he has Jemima is a character. Oh, so finish the sentence first. So he has Jemima or Syllabub, depending on the production. Why does it matter? Like, his name's either Fart Breath or Shiver Me Timbers, depending on which production you watch. Anyway, Jemima, the youngest of all Jellicles, he has him singing in simpler terms. Okay. So we have Gus. Gus is a normal name. I like that. Gus, that's a good short for asparagus. So Gus shuffles forward as the next cat to be introduced. They're still introducing cats. This is Act 2. We shouldn't be having any new characters. No, not in Act 2. We're ready for the big, like, climax of good or bad or whatever. So over it, Gus is canceled just because he's new. So Gus, he was once a famous actor, but is now old and suffers from palsy, which makes his paws shake. What is this musical? Why did... Can I stop? Can I be done? I would like to be done. Okay. Gus is accompanied by Jelly Lorum, his caretaker, who tells of his exploits. Okay, Gus then remembers how he once played the infamous pirate Captain Growltiger, aka the Terror of the Thames. Why do we fucking care? It's Act 2! Oh, just pick the cat already, Old Deuteronomy. Frick, where am I? Gus tells the story about the pirate captain's romance with Lady Griddlebone and how Growltiger was overtaken by the Siamese and forced to walk the plank to his death. Let's not. I had a Siamese cat. I would like to ask you not to use them like I know the way you're using them. Okay, back in the present. After Gus exits, Skimbleshanks. He is the cat who is unofficially in charge of the night train to Glasgow. Again, why do we care? Skimbleshanks is considered vital to the rail operations, as without him, the train can't start. Within his song, a whole steam train engine is assembled out of objects in the junkyard. That just seems like a waste of time. Okay, with a third crash and an evil laugh, the most wanted cat Macavity appears. He is the so-called Napoleon of crime, who always manages to evade the authorities. Macavity's henchmen capture Old Deuteronomy O'Bowls and take off with the patriarch in tow. As Munkustrap and his troops give chase. Oh shoot, Demeter and Bombalurina. That's too many syllables. Bombalurina. Explain what they know about Macavity. He's a criminal, that's all we should know. When they are finished, Macavity returns disguised as Old Deuteronomy. How could you get them mixed up, I'm sure. But his cover is blown, of course, by Demeter. And he ends up in a fight with Munkustrap and Alonzo. Who's Alonzo? We haven't met that cat. That cat hasn't had a song yet. Macavity holds his own for a time, but as the rest of the tribe begin to gang up and surround him, he shorts out the stage lights and escapes. So the stage is like absolutely a part of what's going on. Sure. After the fight, Rum Tum Tugger, oh boy, I guess, calls upon the magician Mr. Mistopheles. I need to stop reacting right after the names. He displays his magical powers in a dance solo and uses them to restore the lights and bring back old Deuteronomy. Sure, thanks. Or we could have like shook down what's his ass, whoever sold Macavity. We could have shook him down and then he could have told us where old Deuteronomy was. And now the Jellicle choice can be made. Sounds to me like they just need to pick the oldest cat and let them go on to a new life. Because why should a young one get to go before old Deuteronomy can announce his decision? Grizabella returns to the junkyard and he allows her to address the gathering. Her faded appearance and lonely disposition have little effect on her song, Memory. Oh, that's the popular song. Memory, all alone in the moonlight. With acceptance and encouragement from Jemima and Victoria, her appeal succeeds and she is chosen to be the one to go to the Heaviside lair and be reborn into a new Jellicle life. You literally just need to pick the oldest cat each time. Oh, they should have picked the cat with palsy. Alright. A tire arises from the piles of junk, carrying Grizabella and old Deuteronomy partway towards the sky. Grizabella then completes the journey on her own. Finally, old Deuteronomy gives his closing speech to the audience, and the show comes to a close. That's a pointless musical. I'm just gonna come out and say it. I love musicals. I love when people break out in song and dance. I love when it's all synchronized. I love the musicality behind it. But my rule with musicals is if your musical needs music to be good, you shouldn't make it. It shouldn't be a thing. Because if it's a horrible story, why is music and costumes and stage lights going to make it better? It's not. Unpopular opinion, I didn't watch La La Land because I read the story beforehand, and that doesn't sound like something I want to watch. That doesn't sound good. And putting music to it isn't going to make me like it. Andrew Lloyd Webber, he did Phantom of the Opera. Andrew Lloyd Webber, what do you have to say for yourself? So he did something called The Likes of Us, Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, which the story's good. Like, I read it when I was in church. He wrote Jesus Christ Superstar. I just watched that one with John Legend and the other people. That one was pretty good. The music was decent. Something called Jeeves. Evita, I've been wanting to at least listen to that, and I have not yet. Starlight Express, which I've heard of, only from the Goldbergs, but I've heard of it. Phantom of the Opera, which is like kind of, I would say, his saving grace in all of this, because this is the one that's kind of a universal. I've heard it being said that it's the musical that people who don't like musicals like. I think that was this one. He's done a lot and I think he needs to retire. The Wizard of Oz. Why? We already have The Wiz and Wicked. School of Rock. I've heard that one's good. I didn't know he did the music for that. That doesn't sound like something he would do. Anyway, I'm just glad this musical wasn't written by Sondheim, because Sondheim's music all sounds the same. You can fight me. Alright, I guess that will be it from me. I can't like get up and make the video stop because I'm sitting. Okay, bye.